गुरु कृपाल मेरे घर आना, गुरु कृपाल मेरे घर आना।
Anyone else have to say anything? This is Thanksgiving Day for all, each one of us. Everybody personally stand up and thank him, you see. Not only this moment, but throughout the day. I think every day, every moment of life. He has given us man body. That's the greatest thank you day. Otherwise, hundreds of other bodies in which we can do nothing. Man body is a golden opportunity which has been afforded us, in which we can go back home. It is not the greatest Thanksgiving day. And daily, Guru Arjan says we should be giving thanks every moment of life. When you eat, thank God. When you have got a home to live in, thank God. Compare others who are on the roadsides. When you are rich, thank God. Just comparing others who cannot afford to have a food, morsel of food. When you got house to live in, thank God. When you are healthy, thank God. When you got good things to think out of your future life at God, thank God. Others, there are so many who do not believe in God. So thank you day how it started, that is history before us. But that's the only, not the only thing, you see. We thank you every moment. Thank you. Kabir says, every breath you take, we thank you. Every breath of life is what three planes of the whole universe, macrocosm. So thank you. See, once the earth was asked, that in a parable way, you see. You've got mountains, you've got rivers, you've got trees, you've got animals, you've got men, so many burdens on you, how could you bear? And earth replied, that's no burden to you. Then they asked him, what is it that means burdensome to you? He said, when any man who is ungrateful walks on my earth, I cannot feel the burden. We should be thankful to God for everything we have, you see. And every moment, not and only this day. That historical event here, they got some land to live on, to have their crops. Yes, also even know the everyday crops is going on. Have they stopped? And more magnificently than before. So we should be more thankful. And greatest thankfulness is to that he has given man body. And we can go back home. You see. So for every work we do, for anything we live, eat, drink, associate, we should be thankful. We should be always, man can be thankful when he is conscious of higher power working. Are you conscious? Then your thanks will go to him. Otherwise, like anything, all right. Thanks to him that you have been put on the way. You have got something to start with, some power to look after you, to finish how you are given, take wind up all your karmas by coming in contact with God into sufficient power. There are many things to say, not to raise crops that was thick at the time they found land. They tell we should have more, no, hundreds of kinds of crops, no, even fruit-growing trees, other things, so many things. We should be more thankful from day to day. So here somebody has left some gifts for me. He says, this is Thanksgiving Day, what you people could give to me. Thanks to God, not to me. If I have come to you, it is His grace. Grace should go to Him. If you think you got little good from me, that is through the grace of God. And still you want me something, not without forgetting God, then I think you simply thank that can be acceptable if you live up to the commandments. That's all. That's the most thanksgiving. That is, you are also benefiting by living up to the commandments. Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Have a chaste life and a good moral life, way of living, love for all, no. Schism, no. And the mind, something else, mouth speaks something else, brain thinks of something else. And that is no thanksgiving. We should go to the root of the whatever days are fixed for us. That is Thanksgiving Day. We should thank God for everything. Now you have been put on the way, then the more thanks you will give. How? By living up to it or living out? So very kind of you. It's all these things go to you. In my 75th Diamond Jubilee Day, many of religions of India and some also went from outside India. They spoke very highly, of course. That is when you are on lecture room, you speak about and you give tall talks. You maybe do all that and may not be do all that. So all gave lectures, giving high encomiums. When I stood up, I told my dear friend, you've been hearing all these talks from these different friends of mine. Truly speaking, I am not worthy of all that what you said. I've been passing all these to my master. So it was his grace. So it is all grace of God, or the master through whom we got this way. That's all. So from this day onward, be grateful for everything you got. You got something, maybe not 100%, maybe 1% you have not got it. But what to do? For one thing, we forget all other things, for which we have to be thankful. Is it not? Go and ask anybody, this thing I have not got. Oh, what about others? The sheep which bleats, the more morsels go out of the mouth. Be thankful what you got, and expect more. Not to be thankful for what you got, only for one thing you ungrateful to God, always complaining, God has given me this thing, God has given that thing. Would it include Thanksgiving Day? Tell me. So whatever you get as a reaction of our past, be thankful. For which you give me respect. Greatest thing of being thankful that you got my body. And further greatest day of thanksgiving is that you have been put on the way back to God. That is His grace. So we wish, you see, peace be unto all the world, here, there, everywhere. So from this day onward, I think you'll try to put in more time to go back home. The sooner you reach home, the better, is it not? Before it gets dark. When you'll be able to do nothing. Christ also said, I worked as long as the day When night falls, nobody can do any work. Night falls when you leave the body. It's daytime, you are alive, isn't it? So we should learn of being grateful to God for everything. Sometimes unwanted things do come up, but they're the reactions of our own doings, you see. We should thank God we are paying off those things, isn't it? So, I wish I may also be, and you are all, each one of you, be thankful to God for everything you got. And something is wanting. So you ask everybody, nobody say I'm all grateful. You say, if this thing is not given, you never think of giving thanks to God what he has got already. He has got 10 things. One thing he has not got, he is all, oh, I have not got this. Is it thanks even there? The greatest lesson that you learn is to be grateful for what you get. So that we can hope. He's our Father. He makes arrangement to wind up all our actions. To wind up all our actions. Is it not gratefulness? And pay all debts in this earthly life and take you back home. So that is I want each one of you to anybody else come up to pay thanks. So thanks go from the heart, not from the mouth. Mind that. The heart is thankful, that's a gift, and that the same thing will come out through the mouth. Mouth only should give what is in your heart. He sees our hearts, not outward expressions. So from this day onward, we should learn this very grateful lesson of gratefulness, thankfulness. If we have not been doing in the past, now we must change, isn't it? So this is the thanksgiving there. Thank God that you got man body. This is, I think, golden opportunity that has been given to us. Because in man body alone we can know God. God is all light, all consciousness. We are doves of the ocean of all consciousness. We are all children of light. So in man body we have to come in contact with all consciousness. We have to become more conscious like him. If a man body we have got, it's a greatest blessing that we can have, and further most greatest blessing, you might say double superlative, that you have been put on the way. So you should know yourself and bring in contact with all consciousness so that you may be more conscious and go back to your own home. So in man body only we can do that. If we don't contact our souls with the God which is all consciousness, we just contact with other worldly things which are material, naturally our consciousness will lessen. If our consciousness is lessened, we will go to the level of bodies where consciousness is comparatively less than man. So man body, who has got in and does not come in contact with all consciousness, well, that is only playing a suicide. Master saying the terminology of the saints, it is suicide to make you less conscious. You have to become more conscious by coming in contact with all God. He says, well, what it is, if we do not come in contact with God, we forget Him even. Coming in contact is something else, to forget Him altogether. Well, it is a practical death in the terminology of the saints. Guru Nanak says, who is alive, O Nanak? Who is conscious of God, who sees God as face to face, as we see you and each other. And those who do not see, they are dead. So we should be thankful that we have got the man body, the highest blessing. And further that we have been put on the way, we must now do what? Keep commandments. Remain as much along with that all consciousness so that your consciousness may become more and more like God. If you have not known God, you have not found Him within your man body, which is the true temple of God, then all your actions, what you do, you drink, you eat, you enjoy outside things around your body, this and that, is all just like man adorns his dead body. See? All adorns his dead body, adorning his dead body. So they say when we have got the man body, you see, the highest aim to know God. All of there are two purposes of man body. One is to pay off all action and reaction, to pay off all debts, to wind up all your actions of the past. And further, to know God, to love God. And love resides in every heart, we should love everybody. So, if we do not do that, he says then those who are animals, birds, reptiles, they're better than man body in which you have not done anything. So how can you have all this blessings when you come in contact with the saint or God-man, word made flesh? So when you come to him, he gives you a contact with God and to expression power. Those who do not see, they begin to see. God is light. God is sound principle. See? Those who do not see God, of course not with the eyes of flesh and bones, those eyes are different. That eye is called the third eye, latent eye, or single eye which he can be seen. The demonstration of which is given by masters always. So he says, you got a man body, you must stand on your own legs, pay off your debts, those are connected with you by the flowing pen of God, and also be to help to others. Otherwise, it's just like you are doing any practices, any performances, any rituals, any customs. Well, that is meant for preparation on the ground. And for whom you make all these preparations, he does not turn up, then what is your fate? All these things are the elementary steps, you might say, the preparatory steps which we take to understand things. God is light, you lit a candle. God is music of all spheres, you ring the bell. This is the simple of that, not seeing God, you see. These are good actions, of course, you will have good results because these are performed in the name of God. You see? But this doership is not gone. Unless the ego is there, whatever you sow, so shall you reap. Good thoughts will bring you good results. Bad thoughts will bring you bad results. And what is good and bad in the terminology of the saints? Whatever actions bring you closer to God, they are good actions. Whatever actions take you away from God, those are bad actions. That's the definition given by the saint. Sometimes you find in one religion, the same thing is good, the same thing in the other religion is not good. See? To sit in Sikh temples, bareheaded is a sign of disrespect. But to sit bareheaded in church is a sign of respect. So this definition given by the masters, whatever brings you closer to God, they are good action. If it takes you away from God, whether good or bad, bad action. So we are, man body, we have had it. It is just like we work day and night. Like a man who is just held up in conscription. Then he has to work more until night and nothing you have in the evening. It is just all what you do. So meet some masters. We are great fortune have because you got the man body. And still greater fortune awaits us if we come in contact with the God in man or man in God. He'll give you contact with the God already within you. Simply now your attention will identify with the outside world so much so that you have forgotten. Unless you are withdrawn from outside. You come to your own self. Do not know yourself. How can you know God? So first step is to know oneself. And this is demonstration of which is given by the Master when you meet him. It comes only through the grace of God, working through the saints. So such like opportunity is afforded to us by God. We do not know the man with eyes, though your eyes are closed, how can you see the man with eyes? So God within you, when he sees you are yearning for God, you cannot live without him. Then he makes some arrangement to bring you in contact with somewhere where he is manifest. He comes up to you. You do not know who he is, but the God affords one this opportunity. When he hears talk, naturally he is attracted and put on the way. So today the Thanksgiving Day. Thanks to God. Ungratefulness is the heinous crime that can never be committed. Thanks what you got. Generally we simply say one thing and this thing has not been given to me. Don't give thanks for the other. So from today onward, if we learn this lesson, to be thankful to God for everything he has given us. This is, I think, acceptable to God, you see. Suppose you got 3, 4, 5 children. Always fighting, I have not got this, and I have not got this, I have not got this, all those other things he's got. One man is there, he says, Father, thank you. You have given me this thing, you have given this thing. Do you think Father will like whom? He does not want anything returned, but at least he wants we should be thankful, you see, for what we get. We should not be ungrateful. So this is, I think, great virtue by which if you adopt from today onward, you advance like anything.